Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P Farm Thinking Right out here in the lab. Notebook. I got a few lessons that I done laid out, and I'm gonna do my thing today. So hope you're ready for this. This is all me. Let's go. Some good, some not so good, depending on who you are and where you stand. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. You got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, grasshopper, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical. What if you know how to answer it for yourself? Tune in. I got you. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. So you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my eye, be true. Today, right thinkers, let's talk about with self-knowledge, I can do all things. That's what I don't care what they say. I'm speaking. I'm trying to tell you what I'm saying. The things that self-knowledge will allow you to do, unlimited. That's why I can do all things with self-knowledge. Yeah, I can take Christ, the same thing, concept. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just telling you what I do. So let's go. And it's not a competition. I ain't competing with y'all. I'm just trying to teach those who want to learn what I do. Let's go. I got you. Now, what's the best knowledge to have? Scholarly knowledge? Nope. Biblical knowledge? Nope. Scientific knowledge? No. Oh, mathematical? Nope. Self-knowledge. Ding, 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 ding. That's how you ring the bell. You need to know you. All that other stuff is fine, but without knowing you, all that means nothing. You see where we're going with that? Mm-hmm. I'm not here to debate. I'm just here to make a point, and that's the point I'm trying to make. You get all the knowledge you want, and I got all those knowledges too, but they fall short with what against my self-knowledge. Let me prove it to you. Our ancient ancestors had knowledge of self and the workings of what our mind, body. They had the body covered from head to toe, and even the interworkings. How about that? So I trust, and I know for a fact. I ain't been to near university, near college to learn about the human anatomy. Ain't nobody taught me nothing. No stuff I got from the high school biology nonsense, the little nonsense. Everything I know about this thing here, me, I learned from my ancient ancestors. That's the college I went to. Been there for 30 years. Let's go. That's life college. You can't get that in a classroom. So I don't need that. Our whole class right here to give you opportunity to get the lessons. All you got to do is tune in. I'll make it real easy for you. I do the hard work. Let's go. I lived it. I know I'm a spiritual being. God in the flesh, having what we call a human experience. This is life in this dimension, in the physical, but with the capability to become what? Conscious of who I am, and I can do anything I choose, whatever I can conceive, I can achieve. That's the power of the mind. He gave us consciousness to recognize him because he's total consciousness and spirit. That's why I stop at. Y'all want to give him human body. He don't need a body. That's us. That's what that whole idea. Oh, get the concept, please. Now, that's what I mean by self-knowledge. If you know you and God are one, everything else you can pick up as you go. But if you don't have that concept, you lost. You confused. And a lot of us are, I swear to God, we know. Those are the worst kind. The ones who believe they know and don't know Jack, they hard to get to. At least the ones who don't know and know they don't know, at least they'll either ask or try to learn. But we got too much everybody doing. No, you don't know Jack. Know you first. But as parents, my son, I did a Mr. Miyagi on him. I gave him self-knowledge. I taught him that way. So he used it in his life. He lived it. He experienced it without even recognizing it. Now it works perfect. Why? Because he's been practicing all his life to do it. Not just playing a damn basketball, excuse me. But yeah, as a parent, you supposed to get instruction to your children. I got mine. It just wasn't right. No, he gave me what he had. That's what he had to work with. I took it. It didn't work for me. I did my own thing. I gave that to my son. Now he's doing it and giving it to his. That's the right thing. That's self-knowledge. That's the ability that self-knowledge gives you right there. Perfect example. In the phrase, know thyself was given to us with full understanding that we would need this. Okay, that was 5,000 years ago. 2,000 years, they told you man would be destroyed, my people would be destroyed, but lack of knowledge. Somewhere along the line, we stopped getting self-knowledge. We started getting religion. That's my next lesson. I'm about to bust y'all upside the head again, too, because you're starting to get annoying with that nonsense. I don't want no damn religious leader running me. Keep that in church. I don't want you running nothing but the church. Moving on, excuse me. The phrase, know thyself, and that's the best advice that our ancestors, they had a lot of stuff. They created a lot of stuff. They put it all into one phrase. Why? To hide it, to symbolically put it so we would only know what that means. The Greeks don't know to get it. The Romans don't get it. Oh, know thyself. That's what he just said. Know thyself, man. Know thyself. They miss. Whenever somebody's stealing information, they're going to misinterpret it. When you learn and gather and obtain information, you use it the way it's intended. I could be a real sneaky, deceitful dude. I was at one time, and that was without damn knowledge. I could be better than that ever. Why? I got a whole bunch, but I'm not doing it for that reason. I know better. That's the difference. I didn't know better then. If I had a choice between right and wrong, I probably would have chose right. Sorry, calm down. But the phrase know thyself, it was the best advice given to us by our ancestors. And I think it saved my life. No, I know it did. I took that phrase, I've been working it ever since. 30 years ago. Or more than that. I keep saying 30 because I'm in that bracket. But yeah, it's been a while. So I'm comfortable now with this. And again, let me say this to you with self knowledge, you can maintain what I call your cool, meaning your air, your aura, how you conduct yourself. I was always cool. The best compliment I got from one young lady said, he's cool and he's smart. Thank you. That's street and school. I got it. Trust me. And I got more. College. I got it all. But I got the self-knowledge first. Well, no, I got all that stuff that I go. But the self-knowledge is more important. It took me a while to get that. So yeah. And being cool, meaning knowing yourself and not acting a fool. I got integrity. Certain things I just not gonna do. When me and that guy was in the bullpen in the jail cell, he freaked out. I had to separate myself. I gotta tell you this right quick. Without the cartoon, Sylvester the cat, the little son, and the kangaroo fell out the box and went to a room. And the little kid going there, he saw the mouse. He said, Father, there's a mouse in there. He said, well, go get him. He said, oh, here you go. Pop went up in that kangaroo, beat the crap out of him. He said, oh, Father, I'm so embarrassed. That's how I felt with my man that bullpen freaking out. I had to separate that time in my life, I ever not wanted to be his son. Until I got there, I said, oh, man, this ain't. So, yeah, personal. So I had to experience that one for myself. All right. Meaning I'm gonna keep my integrity. I'm not gonna do that. It was not a good look. All right. When I was ignorant, okay, ego tripping, I thought what I was doing was cool. I had big money, slamming Cadillac dough, taking money from my girls, doing my thing. Thought that was cool. It was. I was wrong. So wrong. Why? You already know the story. You know how that's. Oh, you know how that one is. big money, making money, living loud, yeah, Cadillacs, money. Oh yeah, what happened? Jail, prison, orange jumpsuit. Moving on. What my man R. Kelly, P. Diddy. This is an ongoing cycle. It ain't gonna stop. It's gonna be some more. It ain't gonna stop. Moving on. I did my time 40 years ago. I'm out that game. Moving on. But now, without self-knowledge, you will live your life on your terms. Wrong. Like that guy right there. And guess what? You live your life on your terms, you living wrong. You won't live long. Long life ain't guaranteed to fools. If you see an old fool, boy, God has blessed him. Okay, because he done moved and grew. Because yeah, he got God on his side. Old fools don't get old. That's what makes them fools. They do dumb stuff that causes them their life. Living wrong. That's one of the major ones. Okay, sneaking and creeping. Stress the silent killer. hmm Now y'all got that blue man, the whatever they call him now. Boy, if you 56, I'm 67 years old. I ain't trying to have sex no 32 goddamn hours. Simple as that. I don't care. No, that man, I did that a long time ago. Y'all, I had a 72-hour pill. We go on for 3 days. So I know about that. Trust me. But at this point, man, that ain't the end all be all. If y'all still chasing pleasure of the flesh, get ready. Why? You coming back. You ain't learned nothing. You old fool. You don't get old. You gonna die young. You very rarely see an old fool. Old people usually wise. Old people usually life smart. Okay, they don't live, so they got wisdom that they experience. They don't need no damn scientific knowledge. They don't need no math. They don't give a damn about none of that. Why? They know themselves, and they know God is with them, so they good. That's how they grow old, just comfortable, just shuffling along, going through life. Why? Don't nothing bother them. Come on, they're on the upside because only the wise live to get old. Everybody's goal to what? To get old. When I was hustling, I had no idea of getting old. Why? I knew I was gonna die young. What? The career I chose. hmm hmm Moving on. Self mastery. I love that. Is the level of an individual who have what? Reached that level of what? High intellect. Live right. You did the things you need to do, and you came through like a supposed to, smelling like a rose. You go through it. I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, if teaching, getting you was my calling, why I had to go through all that? That's how you got the job. Touche. So, trust me, I'm good. Self knowledge is having all the knowledge of it, nope, of self. That's the knowledge that you need. All that other stuff is come on. Yes, what they say, get God first, and that's to come. I don't know how he said, because I'm not versed in the Bible. I tell you that thing, but I know y'all said something about that, and the rest will come on to you. Get God first. Yeah, know thyself. That's what you should have said. Know thyself first, and all the other stuff will be on. Yeah, I can get anything I want right now. Anything I want. Women, money, whatever I want. Why? I got power. I know that. I just willed it for the right way. Why? That way I can be blessed and not satisfy my selfish needs for making money, having pleasures, getting the thing on. Okay, that don't get me nothing but consequences for those actions, and that's when karma comes. I don't want that knock on my door, so I don't do those things. I told you the way to stay away from karma: hang out with my aunt. Live right. She keep you right out where you need to be, and that only you can obtain what through living it. Self knowledge is acquired. It ain't something you can talk about. You have to experience like God. God knows you have to experience Him for yourself. That's the mystical experience. That's the enlightenment. That's the all the stuff that y'all say. Excuse me. I'm getting annoyed because every day, yabba, yabba, yabba. I live it. So yeah, I'm animate. I'm animate. Why? I don't see many y'all. I see a bunch of y'all talking. There's very few that live it. That's why. So with self knowledge, you're a critical thinker. Why? You common sense. I ain't got to be a genius to figure out if I go over there, there's a group of guys over there and they ain't doing the right thing. If I walk through there, I might have a problem. I can just easily go that way. Or I'm going that way. Okay. You get what you deserve. Every time. That's karma. See, when you push the envelope sometime, okay, well you ask for it, come get it. All my life. I have fights that I never started. Never lost none. Why? I defend myself well. That's why. So if you don't have no problem with that, I don't. you a bad? No. I just said, if you bother me, we're going to have some issues, and it might not end up good for you. Why? I know how to defend myself. That's why. Moving on. Intellectually, I love having fights. Why? Debates. Why? I'm comfortable in my position. We can sit down and joust back and forth respectfully, and you give us, thank you. I earned mine. Like the Mason, I want to be tried, never denied, and willing to be tried again. I'm going to do what I do over and over and over. Why? Because I can. That's mastery. Ain't by habit, just by luck. You got dog trainers who treat their dog. I had a cat, well trained. When I say let's go, wherever he was at, he coming. That's training. That's having an understanding. These things you need to do for yourself. If I can train a cat, I sure can train me. Moving on. Sorry about that. All right, well, I've got my face, I'm running my mouth. Oh, Lord, I got too much stuff to go. Let me stop talking. Let me read. All right. Okay. I'm a right thinker who gained self-knowledge to what? Better myself and anyone else who wanted to practice what I do. I'm giving it away. What, man, this is what I got here. Check this out. Moving on. That's why. My grandmother told me I have a sixth grade education, but you can't trick me. You can't fool me. I'm not stupid. You would think, well, you never a sixth grade education. You became but so smart. Contraire, mon friend. That's where you fall short. Life is the best teacher. Experience is the way you get to wisdom. All that talking jibber jabber meaning nothing. My grandmother had what I call common sense. She was smarter than the average bear. She knew a lot of stuff. Simple. Didn't gotta be a rocket scientist, okay? And she had self-knowledge for what? From her life experience. Again, no college, none of that. Life. That's where I got mine from. The streets. I know that, okay? Scholarly knowledge. My son and daughter got college degrees. And didn't come close to smarter than me. Not to be no, but that education, okay, it serves you to get the good job. I get it. I understand that. But I'm still the wise man. Why? I got life experience. I gave it to you to do what you do. Respectfully, understand that. So scholarly knowledge, that book knowledge, is important. Yeah, if that's what your choice to do. It don't mean much. Why? In the real world, why? Because real world is here. Y'all maneuver through that. I told my daughter, stay at academia. Why? That's where you're comfortable at. Like a fish, you take them out of water, you ain't comfortable. Do what you're comfortable doing. Get a job that the career that you got the degree in, go right. That's your field. That's all. That's you just spent them years to learn. That's where you should be at. Moving on. So just because you got a degree, all that good stuff, don't make you no different. Okay. If you had the talent, if you and God gives us all what? Talent, a skill, what? That you can use to pay the bills. An unskilled person will starve. Simple as that. Why? You can't take care of yourself. Forget self-knowledge. You can't even provide for yourself. Why? You got no skills. That's why, as parents, we institute those things to teach them how to use said skills that God gave them. The ones we give them, yeah, but they got their own. Moving on. That's the difference. I gave my son the best part of me. The other part, he filled in on his own. Doing fine. Okay, he didn't need my nonsense. I did my own. Now, okay, wrap it up. With self-knowledge, no one can tell you who you are. That's the beauty part. I never had complex about me, who I am. I always knew who I was. But me being me back then, because of my ignorance, they would see it as conceit. I just I was a little smarter than the average person. I wasn't dumb. Why? For me to survive on the streets, I had to be a little bit smarter than the average bear. That's why we all out here doing the same thing, but who's the smart one? That's the ones who get by. I got by. I use to hear what people used to try. I used to hear people try to label me back in the day, and that used to frustrate the hell out of me. You're gonna be just like your daddy, hustler. You're gonna be a street man. You're gonna be lazy, man. And because that's what I was doing. I couldn't deny that at the time. I knew I was better than that. I knew I was better than that, but that's what I was projecting, so that's what they saw instead. Okay, I'd be like my dad. Tell you that. I go right on into prison. Right on in. Go ahead. Yeah, that's my dad. I go with him. Moving on. When I woke up, know where I was at? When I woke up to find out myself who I was, I thought I was in prison. So after 3 years, I came out with what? Self-knowledge. I spent 60 days in solitary confinement. By man, oh man, oh man, we ain't gonna talk about that. Nothing but Jesus. If you go somewhere and ain't nothing you can do but think about you, and you don't come out a little bit better, a little bit sharper, you got issues. Simple as that. But since then, I have been practicing daily. For what? For the last 30 something years to be my best self. And I'm still not done. So at 30 years, yeah, I'm still working on it. Simple as that. Moving on. All right. But that's the key. I've been doing this now over 30 years. That's the difference. Doing it, talking about it, doing it. And once I found myself, oh, I knew I was like what? No one else. I got this little personal thing where I'm a unique being. Wow. My dad, my mom got other children by other men, other women. But between my dad and my mom, I'm the only one. That makes me special. I always felt that way. And again, that's what was. I thought it was Jesus. They locked me up. That's another story. Why? Symbolically, he's God. She's Mary. I got to be the Christ. They thought I was crazy. My symbolism and my mindset was a little skewed, I guess, but they didn't understand it and they locked me up. Moving on. Yeah, been a crazy house. All right, but with self-knowledge, you can truly what? Be yourself. Not try to be like someone else. I ain't ever try to be like nobody but that guy. Once I figure that out, I've been fine ever since. That's my point. So it ain't about being like somebody. No, be yourself. That's what you gotta be worried about. But at the judgment day, that's what you're gonna be responsible for. You and everything you say and do in life. Understand that. Wrap me up, taking it home. I appreciate you tuning in. I put my self knowledge. You ain't got no degree. You know, against, like I said, in any knowledge against anyone who have what they call scholarly knowledge, and I guarantee you I will. Be it religion, Scott, don't make a difference to me. I got it all. So when you got one, I got the other one. What you don't have, I got. What I don't have, I got them all. That's the difference. Moving on. You got one, I got them all. Remember, self-mastery. Every aspect of me, I got covered. Can you say that? Most of them can't. So that's why I win in the end. I know doctors. Excuse me. I'm no doctor in medicine. I know doctors who practice, and I'll smack them around outside the medicine field. Okay, bring them over to my domain. Okay, what God? If you want to talk God, let's go. If you want to talk, let's go. Okay, that's what self-knowledge do for me. All right, now I'm no psychiatrist. You want to talk mind game? Let's go. Come on, let's go. Chemistry. I know chem. Let's go. Alchemy. Let's go. Come on. Anything you want to do. Ain't no game I can't play. That's self-mastery. That's what I'm saying. That's not bragging. No, I'm just saying that's what I'm trying to explain to you. When you have self-knowledge, that leaves everything open for you. Okay? And everybody do what they do. But you can do enough, a little bit about everything. They think you know everything. No, I just know a little bit about a lot of stuff. How about that? Let's go. Let me wrap it up. All right. Now, the knowledge that I have of self, aka God, trumps all knowledge. Trust me, that if you're not God conscious, you don't mess with me by God. Why? I am. Moving on. You can have knowledge, okay, of the depths of the ocean, the distance from the sun. I don't give a good crap. Okay, leave the grass. I love him. He don't do God well. He do it, intelligently, but he don't do it well. Why? He use science. That's his thing. Spirit is mine. Let's go. Okay. Now, do you have self mastery? AKA, do you have knowledge of yourself? I do. So I'm always going to be smarter than anyone who don't know themselves. That's all. You can know a whole again. I just told you that spectrum means nothing. Self knowledge trumps them all. Let me wrap it up again. I don't brag about how intelligent I am. I ain't got time for that. I'm here daily to show you how intelligent I am. And if you practice what I'm telling you, you'll know how intelligent I am, and you'll be just intelligent too. Why? Because you have knowledge of self. That's what I'm here to do. Give you that. I'm here doing that for you. What I do is for you to know thyself. That's what I'm out. And in closing, you know the deal. May all you right thinkers live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. I don't even want none of my right thinkers have passed away. I'm out.